UIC Radio. We are here for Battle of the Bands 2026. Here with the band Guttural. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves to start?
I'm Jason.
I'm Jake.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Xavier.
Lovely. And again, this is for Battle of the Bands 2026. UIC represents. It's going to be at UH Lawn on Wednesday, April 22nd from 5 to 8:30 p.m. Come see some of your local UIC bands. It's going to get right into it. So, Guttural, what inspired the name? Let's start off with that.
So okay, so basically, we had been looking for a band name for like a while, and we had like a list of names that we thought would sound cool, and eventually we just settled on Guttural because we thought it would fit us the most. There's nothing really too special behind it, if I'm gonna be honest. It was just kind of whatever we thought would fit.
And it wasn't taken.
Yeah, and it wasn't taken.
Two random defunct power metal bands from Belgium.
Yeah.
One from Belgium, one from France.
That was the
We are
biggest
still
issue,
not on the
was
Metal Archives.
looking for bands that didn't already have a taken name.
They're far enough away, the other two Gutturals.
Yeah, and also...
And they're defunct.
Absolutely.
Or one of them's defunct, yeah. Well,
Can we have the definition on that word?
defunct, no longer existing. Verb.
What about
Noun. Adjective. Guttural?
Guttural.
Guttural, it's the sound you
It's
make.
a sound...
Lockjaw. The mouth region.
Yeah, that's a
I
reference.
spoiled it.
That's all right. So would you say that is like a description of the way your music sounds? Like, how would you describe it?
Oh, yeah, definitely that, because it's a very, I feel like Guttural, it implies a very, like, brutish, raw, aggressive, that's the
Ardent.
kind of imagery that you kind of get.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that fits our music, or at least what we want to be like.
Yeah. So did you guys already, given the band name, did you guys all know what type of music you want to make? Or were you guys like
No.
were you always fit in the genre?
Not at all.
Well, we always wanted to be metal, and I always had a vision for everything, but
I wanted to be in a pop punk band, dude.
by the time we formed Guttural, we all wanted to be metal.
No.
Really?
Dude, no. I still
Okay.
wanted to be an East Standard. I was like still worried about drop
I
tuning.
wanted to be metal, so that's what we went with.
Yeah, I mean it was right.
Okay, so you're like the ringleader here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
were dictator.
I'm glad we did it. It's way funner than other stuff.
Sensing a little bit of tension in the band. Maybe we want to know that.
Oh no. It's just funny.
Yeah.
How did you guys all meet then? Did you all know each other before?
So.
Here, you can
want me
tell.
to- So it started with me and Jason. We did Boy Scouts together, so we've known each other very young age since we were 10. We're 18 now. And then Xavier came in. We met him from another local band in the scene, but he didn't join us till a little later. Then we met Jake through a friend of a friend that Jason went to school with. And then later, the band that Xavier was in ceased. They were defunct. And then he joined us.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Oh, he also played our first show with us. How do you think about that?
I think it's really cool. This is where I'm meant to be.
He filled in. It was bad, not because of him though. It was bad for other reasons.
Do tell. How was your first performance like?
And where was
For what it was Oh, where was it?
Oh.
All right.
So our first
A.
performance was at a place called Art Phoenix
Hub.
Art Phoenix Hub. That's the program that it was that it was ran by us.
Yeah.
Him and his bandmates and a few of his friends, and we ran like a sect called the Art Phoenix Hub from this music program called Art Phoenix.
It was ran in an abandoned church.
Yeah, in an abandoned
that
church.
the guy didn't own.
And that's where our first show was. It actually had like the best turnout for like more than
for
like
a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. That was like our best turnout show. We had like 100 people there.
Made a lot of money on that show.
Yeah, a lot of lost money.
Yeah.
But so
We played pretty decent.
Yeah,
We messed up Jack in the Box.
we messed up one of our songs. But the rest of it was pretty
We
good.
brought
And
it back,
the,
though.
The audience was actually pretty good, and
Yeah.
it was a good. It was our first time doing something that kind of had like a local scene vibe. So, we were just getting into it, and we had no clue like what was in store for like. We didn't even know about a lot of the bands that make up the metal scene today.
We didn't know there was a scene.
We didn't really
thought
know
we
that there
were the
was one.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of just the start of the pipeline into getting to where we are right now.
Absolutely. I love that. I have a couple questions from that. So, first of all, you said it was an abandoned church and local scene. Where was it? Like, what area?
So it wasn't actually an abandoned church. There was someone who owned it and they lended
Yeah.
it to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
that
It was no
person.
longer-
But it was like used. There was like storage stuff in
Yeah,
there. There was
it
random
was like a
hoarding
yard
type
sale,
stuff.
but they didn't
Yeah.
sell half because it was all junk.
Yeah.
And it was overpriced junk, but she was like weird about it. She was like a hoarder. And we had to move the stuff for the first show. We had to move the stuff. And he made us take pictures. So we put it back. We spent an hour and a half after the show moving it back perfectly. And then the next time we got there, he was like on ass about it. He was like, you guys, we came in the next day and it wasn't right. And the instructors, what did he say?
It was even funnier because he was there that night. He showed up when we were cleaning it up.
Okay.
It was crazy. It was.
You didn't plug the PA back in right.
I hope he sees this.
Wait, okay, so is that what you guys were saying? Like, oh, that was bad, but it sounds like it was pretty good. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
No, it was good. No, it was good.
You know, a little funky.
Formative memory.
Like that. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So going into like the local scene then, Xavier, you said you were in a band before.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like? Were you really in the scene then? Did you have any experiences in it that like? I don't know. I mean.
I feel like
experiences?
I don't know.
I feel like our band, like specifically, we shared like everything. Like we shared every single experience because we were already like tight. Like we were all close friends and stuff. And so I feel like there wasn't like anything that differs from our experiences that was new. I feel like because we both started at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
gotcha. So
our-
you were all kind of new.
Yeah, their first show was our first
Yeah,
show.
and most of our shows coincided at that
Yeah,
time.
we played all the shows together almost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounded like you guys had a pretty good experience, and like I said, like high energy. That's a really big turnout for like a first show.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, and we were very disappointed with the following shows to come.
Yeah.
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 With it though, so how long have you guys been performing then?
Oh, so it varies a lot. So it goes into more lore. Me and Dennis had a band before Guttural. And before we all met each other, it was called the Mulvaney's, and it was actually with my sister
Yeah.
and another one of
Used to
our
be.
original guitarist was in that. Who
out
just
Brian
recently
Borges.
left. Brian Borges. Shout out Brian Borges.
It's not even recent anymore.
No, shut up.
Yeah, that was a cover band.
So when did we start that? We started toward
Started
the
that-
summer or no?
Late
Ended-
2021.
Yeah, end of our 8th grade.
So
It
we've
was
been
towards the
playing
end of
for
our
a
8th
minute. I
grade.
mean, we've been round the
me,
block.
yeah, me and Dennis have been playing together for a while.
And we've been doing shows that whole time. So
Yeah, but we
gigging
didn't.
for 5 years pretty much at this point.
We were a cover band, so we didn't really get into the scene because you know
Yeah.
cover bands aren't really part of that. But we had a lot of performing experience.
Gotcha. So with Guttural then, when was that first performance you all had that you were talking about?
April 6th, 2024.
No, I thought it wasn't April 6th.
It was April 6th, 2024.
I thought.
It was April 6th.
What was the other thing that wasn't? Oh, it was
That
the
was the-
dance.
that was-
yeah,
yeah.
the dance.
That's my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, yo.
That's
so-
sick.
So 2 years though, so 2 years performing live then.
Yeah.
When did you guys start making music though? Like before that performance, like when did you guys start getting material together?
So I had a lot. Okay, so our first single came out. What was the exact date?
Well-
It was.
Asking about when we wrote stuff.
I know, but I know.
September 13th.
So what year? It was 2024, right? Yeah. So our first single was released in September 13th, 2024, but that had been written
before.
the year before it. Towards the end of 2023, which is our sophomore year. Except he's a year older than us, obviously, because he's here. But we're all seniors right now in high school. So a lot of the EP was also written around the same time as that single, which was in towards the end of 2023. And before that, I had been writing since like 8th grade, but it was more like punk stuff. And it was like pop punk stuff, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But towards the end of freshman year, once I wrote a lot of the stuff on GarageBand. I got like an audio interface, and Jerry rigged it into plugging into my iPad, and wrote and recorded a lot of stuff on my iPad. So that's where a lot of our stuff came from, and we still use a lot of that stuff. Like so we just released a single, and that was parts of that was also written on my iPad.
Shout out, shameless plug. What's the single called?
Suffer for it.
Suffer For It?
Just came out.
When was it released?
March 5th, 2026. It just came out last month. Please stream it.
Go listen to it.
It's good.
So,
Suffer for it.
Colin St. Mary, thank you
Yeah.
for
19 Star
teaching
Studio.
us discipline.
so would you say you're like the main songwriter then, or how would you guys describe like the process? Like, do you guys all come together? You write or come up with parts separately? What's that look like?
So
a loft
I
bed.
pretty much do most of it. At least that's how it's been. And Jake and Xavier kind of came in, recently after we wrote a lot of our stuff. So we haven't really, figured out a way. We don't have a set thing down for writing with everybody together, which we'll start, getting to do as we release more music. Because we have a lot of songs that are already written that are going to be soon to be, dropped. So we're going to be doing writing, but you're not going to hear that for a little while. But
Years.
But yeah, I do most of it, and I do most of the blueprinting. I write all the lyrics. I do a lot of the guitar, and then yeah.
So while we're at it, 'cause we haven't gotten to this part yet, what's the instruments, who does vocals, all that?
Yeah.
What are you guys' roles in the band?
Oh, so I am vocals.
I play guitar.
I play the drums.
I play the bass.
So you got a whole setup right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
You slap that bass proudly.
Yeah.
He picks it.
So I know we were talking about like genres, you guys weren't set on metal at first, but I mean, I guess through that process of finding your sound, do you guys have anybody that inspired you guys, or what inspired your sound?
A lot of so we listen to a lot of metal, but we all also listen to a lot of other music too, and also, as we all know, metal is a giant genre. There's like a lot of different subgenres in it, and we all explore those a lot too. So we listen to a lot of things, but I'd say a lot of the big influences, at least the early days, because sophomore year, I was listening. I knew a lot of metal, but I was still getting into a lot of it. Like I knew way less than I do now. So a lot of the early stuff's influenced more by like popular bands like Slipknot, Metallica, Pantera. Later stuff, more death metal stuff like Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, so stuff like that. But now we listen to especially because we got Jake and he listens to a lot of death metal underground
Slam.
stuff. A lot of slam.
Jake likes slam.
He just likes it.
What?
So yeah, those were kind of our big early ones, but now it's a lot more diverse.
I love Green Day.
Shout out Green Day.
I love Green Day. Shay Cool's my favorite drummer.
Alright, well, love to hear it. Would you guys say do you have any influences in the local scene? Any bands you want to shout out?
No,
No?
I'm joking.
No, only Guttural.
I'm gonna say, those NWI guys, those guys are pretty sick. Like,
Shout out
let-
Suffering.
I
Shout out
yeah,
Suffering.
no.
Realistically,
I love Suffering.
for influences like writing wise, the only people that I could really think of would be Sitara, his band, because when we were coming up at the same time, different ideas. I'd say writing comes a lot from other bands, but for the local scene inspiration, it comes from more so aesthetic, different stage performances, set lists, stuff like that, like
obviously-
different things you want to include in shows.
Some bands take more inspiration from other bands than others, but that's just naturally the name